What is up, Wrestling World? Welcome to the channel, TEW Jobbers. Today we are starting the Degeneration Next Era of Wrestling. We are using the Real World Chronicles mod in TEW 2020. This is episode 0, so we're going to set the scene a little bit. We're going to be officially taking over Raw after the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. Vince McMahon has stepped down. He says, Triple H, you're taking over. Triple H is taking over Raw and SmackDown. Triple H gives Shawn Michaels over to NXT, so he's going to be running NXT. So we're going to be starting a new era. Vince McMahon out of the picture. Going to see what Triple H and Shawn Michaels will be cooking up. So that'll start officially episode 1. But for episode 0, I just kind of wanted to... I wanted to rebook NXT Stand and Deliver. That's what we're going to do first. And then I'll rebook the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time, Saturday and Sunday night. I still have all the same matches for the most part, and all the same winners for the most part. Just changed a few things with just some storylines that I don't have going anywhere. So NXT has a few different things more than the WrestleManias do. So first we will get into rebooking NXT Stand and Deliver. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So kicking off NXT Stand and Deliver on the pre-show, we got Harland and Joe Gacy versus Jacket Time. Just wanted to get these guys on the show. I like all 4 of them, so they're good workers. Well, Harland didn't have a great match, only 21 performance, but I'm a Harland fan. So Joe Gacy and Harland defeat Jacket Time. 43 overall segment. I'll take it for a pre-show with no build. All right. Next up is a promo with Dexter Lumis and LA Knight. They're going to be teaming up on tonight's show. First of all, I had to get Dexter Lumis on the show. He's my favorite at NXT. Unfortunately, he just got released, which sucks. And I guess so did Heartland, now that we're talking about it. LA Knight, I don't have him in a match against Gunther because I ran a previous save just to test things out, and they have terrible in-ring chemistry. So I was like, well, that wasn't really an important match. No titles were on the line, so I decided to do something else with LA Knight and Gunther. Segment 40 overall segment, which is surprising because it's got a lot of green there. But that's on the pre-show. We got one more pre-show match. Okay, next up on the pre-show, we got the Australia's Hottest Commodities. That was their indie tag team name, I believe. So I gave them that tag team name again. Defeat Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. Not going to be changing her name to Casey Chance. Sorry. So they are the new number 1 contenders for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Only a 35 overall segment. Yeah, nobody who did. Okay, so Ida Hartwell did the best. Not surprising there. Just another match. I wanted to get some more people on the show. Now we're going to get on to the main card. Kicking off the show just like it did on NXT Stand and Deliver. I added Von Wagner into the match just because I wanted to get him in on the card. 42 overall segment, not very good. Okay. Not the best match, but a lot of stuff going on there, as you can see. A lot of interference, a lot of distractions to set up other things like Raul Mendez and Joaquin Wilde. Distracted Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams attacked Escobar, so they're going to kind of go into a feud. Sanga interfered with Cameron Grimes, so I'm going to have Grayson Waller and Cameron Grimes go into a feud, and you can see Grayson Waller, Cameron Grimes wins the North American title just like he did at Stand and Deliver. But I didn't make it a ladder match because this game really, the way that I have NXT set up right now, they really penalize you for ladder matches because it's not family friendly, even though they have ladder matches all the time. Next up. Okay, we got Tony D'Angelo defeating Tommaso Ciampa by pinfall. Got a handful of tights, so a cheap win, just like he did kind of in real life. Not a great performance by Tony D'Angelo. That was the Ciampa farewell match. So that was his last match on NXT. He's going to be moving up to the main roster, Raw or SmackDown. I don't know yet. We'll see. Tony D'Angelo benefited from being flavor of the month. Well, must not have benefited that much if he only got a 43 overall segment. This is not going to be the greatest card. I enjoyed it in real life. I thought it was good, but yeah. They're not going to get high segment ratings because nobody's popularity is very high. Mandy Rose cuts a promo hyping up her upcoming match for the Io Shirai, 41. Ooh, this is not looking good. Okay. Dexter Lumis and LA Knight defeat grizzled young veterans. 44 overall. I'm surprised Zach Gibson... I'm surprised they didn't have a better performance. They're a really solid tag team. So get Lumis and LA Knight a win. Next up, Gunther had an interview. I just chose Robert Stone because I didn't know who else to choose. Hyping up his match, 38 overall segment. That's terrible. Okay, Gunther defeated Roderick Strong, so I figured those two would put on a good technical match. So, yeah, just, had to do something with Gunther. Wanted to get him on the card, get him a win. 43 overall segment. I thought that would be higher. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez hype up their match with Toxic Attraction, 435. Well, this is going terrible. Next up, the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. Okay, yeah. Toxic Attraction interferes with Cora Jade. Let's see. And okay, Mandy Rose retains defense number 3 for her title. 44 overall match. I'll take it. Next up, Dolph Ziggler had an interview with Malcolm Blevins talking about his match with Braun Breaker. Had Malcolm Bivens do the interviewing just because he's good on the mic. 51, that's probably the best segment so far. Okay, Women's Tag Team Championships, 37 overall segment. So I had Toxic Attraction retaining because I'm going to have them moving on to the main roster, both Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. So I just figured there's no point in having them win it, especially since in real life, Toxic Attraction just won the belts right back anyway. So, yeah, so Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez going to be headed up to the main roster. Fortunately, Dakota Kai released in real life, which sucks. She's my favorite female wrestler in WWE, so that's unfortunate. But I'm going to be booking her strong on the main roster. 37 overall segment. Next up. Okay, Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match. MSK picks up the win. Pretty decent, 41 overall. Yeah, the Creed brothers were the weak links. They just don't have a lot of experience, but yeah, okay. Except Braun Breaker cuts a promo hyping up his match. Braun Breaker was very poor trying to improvise his dialogue. Well, that's all right. I guess I should have done scripted, but must have forgot. But had benefited from being the flavor of the month. 48 overall segment. Next up. Okay, Braun Breaker defeats Dolph Ziggler in 11 minutes and 44 seconds. During this match, Bobby Roode distracted Breaker. Breaker wins the NXT title. So, I had Braun Breaker just winning the NXT title on Stand and Deliver instead of Raw after Mania like he did in real life. I'm not going to have him coming up on Raw after Mania. So, I just decided there was not really a point. So, Braun Breaker wins the NXT championship. Win number 2 for him. And yeah, so I'm going to have Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. They're going to be sticking around NXT for a while. I got some plans with them, and I'm liking having the the old vets come down to the NXT roster and boost some of the young people, kind of like Natalia's doing with Cora Jade. So I'll probably be doing some more stuff like that. Next segment, Braun Breaker looking good, celebrating his victory. Yeah, so that was not a great show. I don't know. Hopefully it gets over 50. I'll say 50. 55, okay. Popularity increased in 55 regions. So the popularity, I think, increased quite a bit because and I'll show you in the office screen when we get there, just a lot of the things that I did a whole lot of different TV deals for NXT, so get that popularity up. Let's make a speech. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's praise for a great performance. Well, we got to praise Braun Breaker, right? Give some encouragement. Let's give it to Solo Sikoa. He did not do good in his match. And praise for a great performance. Give a hug. Told they're awesome. I like giving the encouragement. Let's give the encouragement to who else didn't have a great match. Go through here real fast. Well, let's give some encouragement to Harlan. He didn't have a great match either. And I want to boost him up, so. Breakers, please. Solo Sikoas, please. Harlem Scenes, please. Okay. Yeah, okay, so 55 overall. Now, I'll be booking WrestleMania Saturday night and Sunday night, and then also get into a little bit of looking at the rosters. One of the things I'm going to be doing on this is changing all the people's names back to the names that we like. I don't tend to complain about the name changes too much, but you know what? On here, I'm going to change it back to all the regular names. Like Gunther's not going to be Gunther anymore. We're going back to Walter. Yeah, so we'll just kind of get into a little bit of everything, and then we'll book both the WrestleManias and on this episode. And then episode 1 will be after Mania. So after Stupendous Mania, I should say. Okay, so we are on to WrestleMania Saturday night, the most stupendous Saturday night WrestleMania of all time. We're starting off with some pre-show matches. I decided to add some pre-show matches because that's one thing I didn't like about the real WrestleMania was 2-hour pre-show but no matches. So I just made some kind of random matches, just some people that I wanted to get on the card. Also have the Battle Royals, the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal coming up. So yeah, pre-show match. We have the Viking Raiders defeating Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin and the Los Latheros. I say that wrong almost every time. I probably still said it wrong. So Viking Raiders. That's another thing we're changing. Viking Raiders. We're going back to the War Raiders. Eric and Ivar. This is the last time you're going to see them. It's going to be back to Hanson and Rowan. So that's a pretty good match. 54 for the pre-show. I'll take it. Next up, so The Miz and Logan Paul interrupt the pre-show commentary to talk about their match coming up and talk about how they're going to be the greatest tag team in WWE. Miz, Logan Paul on the mic. You know, I wouldn't expect much less than a 68. So, good work by them. Okay, last pre-show match is the Andre the Memorial Battle Royale. 47 overall. Okay, so we have Akira Tozawa, Andre Chase, Boa, Bodie Hayward, Commander Aziz, I don't know if I said that right, Drew Gulak, Duke Hudson, Harland, Joe Gacy, Kushida, Madcap Moss, Mansoor, Noam Dar, Odyssey Jones, Reggie, R-Truth, Sangha, Shanky, and Veer Mahan, and Von Wagner in the Battle Royal. Let's see, Veer Mahan won the Battle Royale in 14 minutes. The other members of the Final Four were Sanga, R-Truth, and Joe Gacy, with Sanga being the final elimination. Veer Mahan also had the most eliminations over the course of the match. So Veer Mahan, he is debuting on WrestleMania instead of Raw after Mania like he did in real life. Coming in, first match, first appearance, he wins the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal. I'm going to be pushing Veer. It's going to be hard because it doesn't have a lot of experience, so it'll be a slow build, but he's going to get a push. Veer. Okay, on to the main card. So with the main card, I booked all the same matches, added a few different things, changed the order. I have who I really think should have main evented Saturday night actually main eventing Saturday night. That will be a couple of things different, but as far as the winners, I still have all the same winners. So, kicking it off just like they did in real life, the Usos defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Shinsuke and Rick Boogs have zero chemistry. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep that tag team together for long. Their entrance is probably the only thing they got going with Boogs on guitar, but yeah. Road Agent Drake Maverick probably could have done a better job. Yeah, Drake Maverick and Jason Jordan they're going to be getting released because they aren't wrestlers and they're terrible road agents. So this will be his last match he probably ever books. But Usos picking up the win. That was defense number 7 for them. So they've had the belts for almost a year and they've only defended them 7 times. Okay, next up. Happy Corbin and Drew McIntyre are backstage arguing. A fight breaks out, a brawl, and they had to be pulled apart. So just gaining some heat on that fight. 69 overall segment. I like it. Next up, I added the U.S. title to the WrestleMania card like it should have been. Finn Balor still gets the win, retains. Finn Balor makes defense number 1 of the U.S. title. And, okay, yeah. So, Finn Balor over Damian Priest, and as you see there, they're in the Edge and AJ storyline. So, I think you can probably imagine where we're going to be going with that. Cody Rhodes cuts a promo hyping up his match, so that's another thing that's different. The Cody Rhodes match, didn't book it as a surprise, just booked it as, he's here, he's having a match with Seth. Just because I wanted to, build some heat on this rivalry here, this storyline. Okay, Charlotte Flair defeated Ronda Rousey in 14 minutes by pinfall with a handful of tights. Charlotte Flair makes defense number 3 of the SmackDown Women's title. 66 overall. Ronda Rousey was penalized for being in extreme poor form. Yeah, that was the worst match of Saturday night's WrestleMania, if you ask me. Just not interesting. The storyline hasn't been interesting. Just not too invested in it. Seth Rollins had an interview with Pat McAfee, hyping up his match. Seth Rollins did a masterful job improvising his interactions with the crowd. 62 overall segment. Pat McAfee, he's the GOAT. 62. Okay. And about that, good heat. Great heat and good wrestling. Logan Paul and The Miz defeat Los Mysterios. The Miz pinned Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio was a weak link. Yeah. I don't know what to do with Dominic. I think he might need to go to NXT, but I don't know if I want him to break him and Ray up. Logan seemed off his game. Yeah, well, it's his first match ever. I mean, he did great in real life. For his first match, I thought he was awesome. I think in real life he did better than Dominic. So after the match, Miz and Logan Paul are celebrating. They stop to beat down their opponents. So I switched this up a little bit. I'm not having the Miz turn on Logan Paul. I'm going to keep Miz and Logan Paul together, push them as a tag team. So they just gained some more heel heat. And I'm not sure what to do with the Los Mysterios right now, or at least Dominique. Okay, and about that great Great heat and good wrestling. Drew McIntyre defeats Happy Corbin with the Claymore kick during the match. Madcap Moss accidentally hit Corbin, so maybe a little turmoil there in Happy Land with Madcap and Happy Corbin. Yeah, great performance there. 71 overall segment. That might be the best of the night. Best match of the night. Okay, and about that fantastic heat and good wrestling. Cody Rhodes defeats Seth Rollins in 19 minutes with the Crossroads. Yep, great performance there. 65 overall. I like it. That was, Cody Rhodes' entrance and everything. This was my favorite thing about WrestleMania Saturday night was Cody Rhodes' return. So glad that segment turned out good. Okay, then we have Kevin Owens does an interview where he challenges Steve Austin to a match. Kevin Owens came across well, did superb work, 66 overall. And then they had the match. Stone Cold Steve Austin first match in 19 years. He beats Kevin Owens. Corey Graves, Michael Cole, good chemistry calling the match together. 66 overall. Stone Cold, 79 overall performance. I like it. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to have Stone Cold have any more matches, but right now he's a active, occasional wrestler on the roster. So, okay. Video plays hyping up Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. This is our real main event here. This is what should have been the main event. It was the best match in real life of WrestleMania Saturday night. The game does not ever like the hype videos. 51, anywhere from like 51 to 55 is about as high as you usually get on those. So, but I wanted to have a hype video for the main event of WrestleMania. Becky Lynch has a elaborate entrance. 66 overall. Okay. Normally those are in the low 50s too, so I like that. Okay, Bianca Belair defeats Becky Lynch with the kiss of death. Bianca Belair wins the Raw Women's title. This was the match of the night in real life, so had to have it as the main event. Yeah, well, a lot of green there. I like it. And then we have a post-match celebration for Bianca Belair. After winning the Raw Women's title, she gets her WrestleMania moment. Yeah, great stuff. So, I'm going to say, overall, this show got a 72, is my guess. 69, okay. Wow. That's surprising. What was the worst segment? The Battle Royal? Huh, okay, 69. Lost the popularity in 14 regions. Gained it in 12. Okay. That's surprising. I thought I was going to do better. Okay. Praise for a great performance. Got to give it to Bianca Belair. It was her night. Give some encouragement to... let's give it to Dominic. He needs it. He had a bad night. And give a hug to... Well, we're going to get a hug to Cody Rhodes because he's back in WWE. So, Triple H is going to be giving a hug to Cody Rhodes. Well, I guess Vince McMahon, because technically Vince McMahon's still running WWE. Okay, Bianca Belair seems pleased. Dominic Mysterio seems pleased. Cody Rhodes seems pleased. Okay, so that's the end of WrestleMania Saturday night. We are on to Sunday, and yeah, we'll book that and then get into episode 1 with Raw after Stupendous Mania. So, hold tight for WrestleMania Sunday night. All right, so we are on to WrestleMania Sunday night, the most stupendous Sunday night WrestleMania of all time. Kicking it off on the pre-show, we got Braun Breaker defeating Dolph Ziggler. I know these guys had a match on Raw after Mania, but I decided to, have Braun Breaker get some exposure on the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. So, yeah, Dolph Ziggler still has not had a singles WrestleMania match in his career. Definitely deserves better than that, but there's nobody better at putting other people over than Dolph Ziggler. So Braun Breaker getting some exposure. Next up, Paul Heyman joins the pre-show commentary to discuss Roman vs. Brock. 76 overall segment. Like it. Okay, and then we are on to the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. Dakota Kai won the Battle Royal. Others in the Final Four were Raquel Gonzalez, Dana Brooke, and Doudrop, with Raquel Gonzalez being the final elimination. Raquel Gonzalez had the most eliminations in the course of the match, and Dakota Kai wins the women's WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Tamina had a really good match. So Dakota Kai headed up to the main roster with that momentum of being the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale winner. Raquel Gonzalez looking strong. These two, I'll split them on different brands, but I just don't know who's going to go where. All right. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see there who all's in it. On to the main card. No. After the match, Dana Brooke gets rolled up by R-Truth and pinned. R-Truth wins the 24/7 championship for the 50th time. After Dana Brooke gets eliminated from the WrestleMania Battle Royale. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 24/7 title. I might keep it around, or I might just retire it. I don't know. Now on to the main card. Okay, kicking off the main show. RKO defeats Alpha Academy of the Street Profits. Randy Orton pinned Otis with a running punt. Defense number 3 for RK Bro. In terms of in-ring work, Randy Orton was head and shoulders above everyone else. Well, yeah. I mean, he is in most matches. So, really good, though. 62 overall. I like it. Gotta love RK Bro, too, right? They're my favorite tag team right now. Okay, AJ Styles cuts a promo hyping up his match with Edge. 69 overall. Man, these segments are doing good. A lot better than I thought. Because, I mean, I thought WrestleMania Saturday night was way better than Sunday night in real life. So, but this is off to a good start. Okay, now we got the New Day Fight Night. I named them Fight Night. I don't know if they're going to get a faction name, but I decided to name them Fight Night because it's a good name for them. And they come out with that sign that says Fight Night or whatever. So, but they beat the New Day in 11 minutes and 57 seconds. Sheamus pinned Big E. Big E's not obviously doesn't have a broken neck in this save. And I gave them a lot more time than 3 minutes like they had on the real card. So really good match, 60 overall. Everybody looked good. Sheamus is in amazing form. Yeah, Sheamus needs another World Championship run. So we'll see if we'll give him that. Okay, Edge was interviewed by Pat McAfee, hyping up his match with AJ Styles. 65 overall segment. Everybody looks good. Yeah, anytime you got Pat McAfee, doing the interviews, I know it's going to be a good one. So that's why I have him do them. Okay, Bobby Lashley defeats Omos in 10 minutes with Omos being injured and could not continue. Okay, so we got a little... That's a kayfabe injury, so this will probably be playing into the story later, but for right now, Omos gets injured, 43 overall segment. Yeah, I mean, it was not a good match in real life, so not surprised, but I did a little something different. Got a kayfabe injury for Omos, so that it'll play into the story later. Brock Lesnar had an interview with Pat McAfee, hyping up his match. Pat McAfee underperformed. Okay, 73 overall. Dang, these segments are good. What's next? Okay, next up we have the Women's Tag Team Championships. Sasha Banks pinned Carmella, and Sasha Banks and Naomi are your new Women's Tag Team Champions. Everybody did pretty good. Carmella was probably the weakest. Liv Morgan saved off her game. Corey Graves and Michael Cole did pretty good. Okay, Rhea, yeah. 61 overall segment. Your new Raw Women's Champions, Sasha Banks and Naomi. Sasha Banks finally gets that WrestleMania moment. After the match, Trish and Lita get into the ring and beat down Sasha and Naomi. Trish Stratus and Lita are back. What do they want with Sasha Banks and Naomi? We will find out. I'm sure you can guess. Coming after those tag team titles. Two belts they've never held, so. Okay. An exceptional match. Edge defeats AJ Styles in 19 minutes and 54 seconds with a spear after a distraction from Damian Priest. 70 overall segment. Okay, so great match, just like it was in real life. The announcing was pretty weak. Okay. Yeah, Edge 87 overall performance. Damian Priest. Okay, we're going to be forming the Judgment Day faction, just like they did in real life. Because I think it's cool. Next up, Roman Reigns cuts a promo hyping up his match with Brock Lesnar. 95 overall segment. Holy cow, yeah, I'm probably never going to beat that. 95. Wow. Okay, so this is a little bit different. I didn't have Johnny Knoxville as a character in the game, so I decided to just do a Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match with just some solid wrestlers. Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Ciampa, because he's on the main roster now, and Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali's obviously, like in real life, not too happy with where he stands in the company, so try to get him a match on WrestleMania, see if that'll cheer him up. But Ricochet retains, defense number 3, 66 overall segment. Ricochet benefited from having a hot new move. Okay, Mr. McMahon comes down to the ring to color commentate for the next match. Okay, so 74 overall just for McMahon coming out. This is the Austin Theory and Pat McAfee match. Okay, and about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Well, that's okay. These guys are young. Austin Theory defeated Pat McAfee, the standing moonsault, with interference from Mr. McMahon. Yeah, I'd had Austin Theory win because obviously I want to push him, and I didn't really see the point of having Pat McAfee win this match. So, Mr. McMahon helping out Austin Theory, the protege, the future. Okay, so video hype playing, hype video plays for Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, in an exceptional match, Roman Reigns defeats Brock Lesnar in 10 minutes with a spear following interference from Daniel Cormier. Yes, that is right. Daniel Cormier is here. He's in the WWE. He wants Brock Lesnar because they never did get a face-off in the UFC. So Daniel Cormier is here in the WWE. He helps Roman Reigns win. So I decided that this match is not a title unification match. It's going to be winner unifies the titles, and the other one, it unifies the titles as one, so it'll be Roman Reigns will be the new WWE Undisputed Champion, and the WWE Championship is just going to be dropped, and then we will have somebody fighting for that, because I really thought the unification, I don't think they have anywhere to go with it. I don't see it. Like, Roman Reigns is just holding the belts. He's not defending them. I don't think it was a good idea. So we're going to do something a little bit different. He is the Undisputed Champion now. And we will change the name. We'll get into that later. Change the name of the titles. And then have a new title for Raw. Roman Reigns taking the Undisputed Championship back to SmackDown. And Brock Lesnar probably going to be coming after Daniel Cormier now. We shall see. Okay, having picked up the victory, Roman Reigns celebrates in the ring. Announcing commentary was bad. Who cares? This is all about Roman, the Tribal Chief. 65 overall. Okay, so that's the end of WrestleMania Sunday night. Definitely way better of a way better segment ratings than I thought. I'm going to say 75 overall. I think what was WrestleMania Saturday night was 69, I think. So I'm going to say 75 for Sunday. Let's see. 84. Holy cow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay. Make a speech. Give some encouragement. Who needs some encouragement? I like to do like one of each. Let's give Omos some encouragement, because he got that fake kayfabe injury. Praise for a great performance. Well, we gotta praise the Tribal Chief, right? Praise for a great performance and give a hug to. I don't want to give a hug. Let's praise for a great performance. Okay. Praise for a great performance. Oh, we got to do Edge. He had it was like 87 overall performance, so got to praise that. Okay, so 84 overall on the show. Amazing. Omos is pleased. Hopefully he gets better after his kayfabe injury. We'll see you later down the line. The Tribal Chief is pleased. Edge is pleased. Okay, so that is the end of the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. And then next up, we will get into just some office stuff and take a look at just all the different things in the office. Okay, we shall be back. Okay, so we are back in the office now, Monday morning of Raw after Stupendous Mania. So Triple H is taken over officially, and he's changed some things around. First of all, nothing against you, Drake Maverick, but I gotta release you because you're not a good road agent, and I don't want to keep accidentally having you book matches. Next up, we got some name changes that I did. He's back to Angel Garza. Let me run through real quick here. The most important ones: Hanson, Rowan. Okay, those guys back to their name. They're going to be going back to the War Raiders. What other name changes? Oh, he's back to Matt Riddle instead of just Riddle. I don't understand the whole one name thing. Yeah, those are probably the most important ones. Oh, I got another important one here. No more T-Bar. He's back to Dominik Dijakovic. And he's back to Dio Madden. So no more Retribution or whatever that stable's name was. No more of that. No more names. Okay, I think that's about all for the name changes. Oh, there was somebody else I needed to release. Oh yeah, I got to release Jason Jordan because he is not a good road agent, and I don't want him to keep accidentally booking. Oh, nobody's gonna miss him when he's gone, I guess. Okay, so that's about all we need to show for the roster page. Okay, what's some things I can show you? Can't show you chemistry, creative, figurehead. Let's see. Okay, not good enough qualities. Essential ingredients: basic figurehead would require some slightly overshowered. Not good enough qualities. Or probably got to be Roman Reigns, right? Is very close to being a potential figurehead, but isn't quite there. Okay, so. Alright, I'm not going to pick a figurehead. I don't want. None of these are. Okay, so let's get into the titles here. So, WWE Championship. Roman is going to vacate it. Well, we'll start with the Universal, actually. So, Universal Championship is now going to be the Undisputed Championship. Let's get this is one of the best. So, I'm going to be probably adding a third brand. I don't know what its name is yet. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have all three of what I think are the best looking belts of all time. One of them being the Undisputed Championship. Okay. Save. Let's take a look at that. All right. So the Universal Championship is now the Undisputed Championship because Roman won at Mania. And then he's going to drop this one, vacate it. And it is going to be WWE World Championship. And now we're going to go with what I think is the best looking belt of all time, or maybe the second best. Where is it at? Which one am I looking at? Right there. Look at that beauty. So that's the World Championship. Okay, we got Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble. All those are good. Let's see. Okay, so Prestige. Current Prestige is 3. R-Truth. 52 reigns as the 24/7 champion. That's impressive. Okay. What else can I show you? I can't show you storylines. Stables. I can show you stables. So stables right now, we got Fight Night, Bloodline, and The New Day. Pre-booking. Okay, events. Okay, so here's probably the most important thing that Triple H is doing. He is right here, as you can see. The Raw is now just going to be 2 hours because 3 hours is way too long. We got main event, SmackDown. Probably gonna add a third brand. They'll get their own TV show. Here's another thing. Triple H changed. No more WrestleMania Backlash. It's just Backlash because I don't want a whole bunch of just rematches from WrestleMania. Okay, here's one thing. We're gonna be So no more Crown Jewel. No more blood money in Saudi Arabia. This is now dormant. Bye-bye. No more Crown Jewel. So I need to find a new... Okay, so Hell in the Cell actually needs to be... I feel like... So I might change all these pay-per-views. I'm not a big fan of the pay-per-views being named after a certain match, like Hell in the Cell and Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber. The Royal Rumble one's fine, but so I might change that. But for now, we're gonna move this to October because I feel like Hell in the Cell is kind of like got a Halloween kind of vibe to it. So October. So now, January, February, March, April, May. So I need a June pay-per-view. So this. Okay. I'll decide. I haven't decided yet what I'll do for the June pay-per-view. I got some time. Okay, TV events, pre-booking, show history, backstage. Okay, child companies. See, we got NXT. We got Shawn Michaels running NXT. We got NXT UK. Maybe I'll add. I'm thinking about possibly adding NXT Japan or maybe NXT Mexico. I think that'd be cool. Drug testing. Drop that down to low level. Don't need to be testing for weed, so no more. I'm sure Riddle's happy about that. Medical. Okay. Okay, so Bailey's going to be back in 10 days. That's good. Gable Stevenson. Don't really care when he's coming back. Don't have anything for him soon. John Cena. I've been asking John Cena to come back. Will JoJo come back? See if I can get her to come back. If not, I'm just going to let her go. She doesn't want to. Okay, well, I'm not going to pay you just to do nothing. see if John Cena will come back. If John Cena doesn't want to come back, I've been asking. Injury hiatus. Doesn't want to. Okay, so these two are getting cut. Let's go cut them. Okay, so John Cena, I don't really have anything for him anyway, and I think it'll be kind of fun to see who might sign him. Maybe he'll go to AEW, maybe he'll go to New Japan. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to pay him for another 11 months, paying him $700,000 a month if he's not going to come wrestle. And also, he's our top merchandise seller, but he only brings in $33,000 a month. So, sure you wish to release John Cena will cost you $4 million. Yeah, I mean that's cheaper than still paying him $700,000 a month. So, and he's annoyed. I see. Interesting. Well, I'm annoyed too because you won't come wrestle. So yeah, John Cena is going to be released, and let's see where he ends up. It'd be kind of fun maybe to see him in AEW or New Japan. And then we're also going to release JoJo because, I mean, she's not going to come back and don't really have anything for her. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, what else can we show? Finances. House shows, investments. Let's look at the Hall of Fame real quick. Who's in the Hall of Fame? Okay, so actually, you know what? I got an idea. Since let's induct some workers into the check for Hall of Fame. What people are we going to induct into the Hall of Fame this year? Check the candidates. Brock Lesnar qualifies. Okay, I'm not inducting you yet. Brother Devon. No, not yet. Daniel Bryan's. Ooh, that's... Induct him while he's over at AEW? Nah, let's not do that yet. Maybe next year. Bully Ray, no. Chris Jericho. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so... This year's WrestleMania Hall of Fame is going to be Chris Jericho. Christian Cage, no. CM Punk, no. Cody Rhodes already qualified, wow. Alberto Del Rio, no. The Rock, no, we'll wait for Hollywood. Hard Impact is qualified. I don't know who that is. Jeff Hardy. No, let's introduce the Hardy Boys. Roman Reigns, no. John Cena, no. John Morrison, no. No. Kofi Kingston, no. Lance Storm, no. Matt Hardy, no. Billy Gunn, no. Dolph Ziggler, no. Triple H, we'll wait till next year. The Big Show, no. Randy Orton, not yet. Ray, no. Rick Steiner, we'll do the Steiner Brothers. Okay, so Steiner Brothers, yes. The Hardys, yes. The Miz, no. The Undertaker, yes. Okay, so this year's Hall of Fame was The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, the Hardy Boys, and the Steiner Brothers. I like it. Let's take a look. Chris Jericho, inducted April 2022, two-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, one-time WWE World Champion, three-time World Heavyweight Champion, nine-time Intercontinental Champion, two-time United States Champion, five-time Tag Team Champs, ECW Television Champ, WWE European Champ, WCW Television Champ, four-time Cruiserweight Champ, WWE Hardcore Champ, and AEW World Champion. Now let's go look at the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys inducted April 2022. One-time Raw Tag Champ. One-time SmackDown Tag Team Champs. Six-time World Tag Team Champs. And one-time WCW Tag Team Champs. And a million other belts and other companies. Undertaker. Royal Rumble winner. Four-time World Champ. Three-time World Heavyweight Champ. Six-time World Tag Team Champ. WCW World Tag Team Champ. And the WWE Hardcore Champion. And last but not least, where are the Steiner Brothers? Two-time WWE World Tag Team Champs. Seven-time WCW Tag Team Champs. So that is our Hall of Fame for this year. Maybe we'll do Cena and The Rock for WrestleMania next year in Hollywood. Merchandise, so yep, it was John Cena. Now he just got released. Upgrade options. What we got here? World class. Upgrade option. You have reached the world class level, the highest level possible, so you can't go any further. Okay, that's fine. Production. These are all the highest already, so nothing to do there. Okay, so I think that is about it. Released a couple people, did some name changes, changed some pay-per-views around. No more going to India and getting the blood money. So next up, we will do Raw after Mania. Got a good show in store, and then we'll get to NXT, and when we get to NXT on Wednesday, we'll look over the Office stuff there. So, okay, so this is all for episode 0. Next up, Raw after Mania, Triple H taking over. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us. Okay, catch y'all later.